I'm Lindsey Flanagan. My pronouns are she, her. I'm co-chair of the Pride Employee Resource Group, and I'm a lead analyst at Genuine.
Hi, I'm Robin. I'm based in London at Jack Morton, and I am the co-chair of Pride at Jack and Genuine. My pronouns are he, him.
Hey, I'm Radel. I am a senior copywriter in the Chicago office, and my pronouns are she and they. I use them both interchangeably, and I am in the Pride ERG as well as the People with Disabilities ERG called Strive.
Kick off with the first question. Should brands celebrate Pride if they've never celebrated Pride before?
Yeah, I think that if a brand is internally authentically celebrating Pride, and by that it is supporting its LGBTQIA plus employees, it is helping its community in that way, then sure, making sure that its strategy is internal as well as external, then it should celebrate Pride.
You're either an ally and you're prepared to stand by your marketing decisions, or you're not. It's as simple as that. So for me, I think they need to be really authentic and really stand behind their Pride campaign.
How can a brand celebrate Pride authentically?
So take a look at your values. Take a look at whether your LGBTQIA colleagues have real equity in your workplace. And start by asking your queer colleagues what it is that they would like to see from your brand. Let's start with your internal resource.
What I tend to find is it feels a lot more authentic if a brand is working with LGBTQIA plus artists, if they're working with LGBTQIA plus creators, and if the proceeds partially go to support organizations that will support us. Because if a brand is just making profit, doing nothing for the community itself, then that is not the point of Pride. If a brand wants to connect with its queer customers, what can they do?
I know Chicago works with the Guinness Brewery in Chicago, the Open Gate Brewery, and they did a partnership with Brave Space Alliance this year. Really wonderful to be able to be at this point in our bravery that our allies can take those stands for us and our brands can take those stands for us and say those things in their partnership.
How can brands support the queer and LGBTQIA plus community year round?
So I guess for me, it's very much about having a workplace where I do feel like I am in a safe space, a brave space for me to be my authentic true self. And I think that's all anyone can really ask of a business, is to make you feel like you belong. That is the number one thing that's going to keep me at a company, right? Is because I feel like I belong. I feel like I'm supported. And for me, that's a really important number one thing in my career.
Yeah, and that respect translates to customers as well. A brand, to stay as an employee with an employer, you want to feel respected, but also if you're a customer, you also want to feel that respect from a brand.
Right. It's about having options. It's about being able to say, I, need to be able to find something that's right for me in this moment.
Is there any activation or celebration? What trends have you noticed so far from brands?
I haven't noticed as much activity this year as I have in previous years. Less people have been as brave this year as they typically might have been last year. But I think there are brands that have always played in this space. A well-known vodka brand, for instance, started advertising in 1981 in some of the gay publications and has repeatedly, consistently appeared both with product that is specifically aimed at the queer community, but also in its ongoing support for the LGBTQIA community.
It's funny you mentioned that specific well-known vodka brand, because they also partner with a very well-known, extremely openly queer, proudly Black drag queen. For them to be doing that consistently year after year in this environment is just awesome.